The chaos LIV golf has generated is something nobody could have imagined in the peaceful golf landscape of the past so many decades. But do you know what the saddest part of it all is? The stars losing their fans. Yes, the money is good, but it comes at a cost, reputation. And the first name that comes to mind is Phil Mickelson. He just got cooked by fans once again. So let's talk about it. First up, Phil has summoned the fan anger.
I think I've addressed that about as thoroughly as I'm going to.
Before we get into the fan reaction, you probably want to know what it is they're reacting to. Like, what has Mickelson done now? Surely it doesn't get worse than calling the Saudis scary mother truckers and then joining their golf circuit a few months later, right? Wrong, it does. So the chaotic LIV League finished its inaugural season in Miami not too long ago, and Phil logged onto Twitter to congratulate and praise the Saudi-backed league for its first season. This, folks, was a wrong move. In the tweet, he said that he's proud to be a part of the league that has evolved professional golf. He keeps digging the hole deeper. According to him, LIV has renewed his passion for golf, and he's excited for the 2023 season of the new league. So yeah, you can imagine the storm these comments from him stirred. The 52-year-old probably gets the most heat from golf fans, like far more than his fellow defectors do. And it's probably because he was the biggest, most beloved American golf star before he became the first to jump ship. You know how it is. The higher you go, the farther you fall. Why do we bring this up? Well, because being aware that this is your state of reputation among fans and still tweeting stuff like this takes some real courage. Following up, the slamming of the star. Alright, now you're all set up to understand that he was called a traitor, both to golf and country, a pathetic person who'll do anything for another penny, a puppet, and the list goes on. His tweet gathered over 700 replies, and boy, most of them were angry. The most prominent theme of criticism he received was, you guessed it, the Saudi money. The golf fans in his comments brought up the atrocities of the Saudi government, telling Mickelson that he's complicit in those crimes because he accepted the PIF money. The anger has reached new levels now because they believe he's now actively promoting the Saudi sports washing by complimenting the LIV League like this. Some people went so far as to suggest that the six-time major championship winner is just repeating the Saudi talking points, even though he doesn't believe them to be true because he, like all other defectors, is just a puppet for the repressive government propaganda. But here's the thing, quite a lot of LIV critics in Phil's mentions seem to be baffled with the legendary golfer saying LIV renewed his passion for golf. See, only 18 months ago, he became the oldest major winner thanks to his iconic victory at the PGA Championship in Kiowa Island. This was, of course, a pretty big thing for both him and his fans. And, well, the traditional golf lovers just don't understand how a 54-hole no-cut tournament with guaranteed money left and right could have revived his love for the game when he quite literally has so many memorable moments at the PGA Tour. Coming up, has LIV really evolved professional golf? So those who are living the LIV life, including Greg Norman and Phil Mickelson, have this one thing that they keep saying and that they're really proud of. And that thing, ladies and gents, is that they've introduced a revolution in the golf landscape. The recent criminal tweets from Mickelson attracted a lot of heat for making this claim once again. Traditional golf fans are saying that, if anything, the Saudi-backed league has evolved professional golf into a money-grabbing mess that's promoting low-quality golf. Now listen, we're not taking sides here, but you've got to be honest. LIV really has changed the golf world. You could argue whether the feud that came with it was worth it or not, but you can't just discard a whole tournament just because it features a different pattern and gameplay than what we've known from the PGA Tour. They have, for the first time, introduced a fantasy league-style franchise model in golf. And Norman might have a point when he says the team play will attract new fans to golf. Because if you're not a regular golf watcher, because the individual game isn't for you, aren't teams playing against each other what might make you want to tune in? Friends, foes, and those of you who are just in it for the drama, there's just no denying that the Rebel has definitely changed the game as we knew it. And hey, it's not just us saying this, it's those very few people who had nice things to say under Mickelson's tweet. Don't shoot the messenger here, alright? Moving on, some people understand Mickelson's move. So let's talk about the big baddie in the room. We'd say elephant, but that'd be inaccurate. We're talking about the Saudi money that Phil Mickelson and his fellow defectors accepted. It has ascended spiritually. The elephant is the room now. Since we're talking about Phil getting cooked to the bone on Twitter, let's talk about the sheer amount of times people called him a sellout. And of course, the anger at getting rich with PIF money is understandable. But folks, we'll do the hard, dangerous work here and give voice to the drowned out few comments of the people who defended Mickelson. Once again, shooting the messenger is never a vibe. Here's the main counter argument. Which one of us, children of God, hasn't left the job we worked at for years for a better opportunity? opportunity. Who among you hasn't worked for a shady boss because the paycheck was good? So if Mickelson and others left one job for another, is it really that deep? We know what you're thinking. What about the source of the money? And what about the appearance fees? See, as for the source, well, it ain't a good source, no doubt. But then we must also take a look at the Aramco investments in the ladies' golf, shouldn't we? Not to mention that the word on the street is that the PGA members have brand sponsorships that do business with Saudi Arabia. And well, we all know the Tour and China are very close to becoming official golf besties. The point? Everybody's kind of guilty here. As for the playing to get rich thing, come on, be serious. Who isn't doing that? Up next, was the inaugural season of LIV really successful? If we're talking about Mickelson's season as a golfer, it's safe to say that his form was terrible throughout. In this whole year, he made it to the top 10 only once at an LIV event. So those of you roasting him alive for his lack of LIV achievements, we've got nothing to say to you. Lefty, you're on your own here. He did try his hand at commentary though, and it was really good. So if the golfing gig doesn't work, he's still got somewhere to turn to. But if we're talking about the circuit's debut as a whole, which Phil in his cursed tweet said that he was proud of, we'd say it was a success. Sure, they still don't have a broadcast deal, but with the money they have and the clout they've gathered this year, that shouldn't be a problem for the coming season. And of course, there's the OWGR stalemate too, and the legal battle with the Tour. Still, their threat is enough for even the fiercest PGA defenders to come out and say peace might be a good option. Norman also said his league will sign some star players for the next season too, so that's also a win for LIV. All in all, they have their trouble, but the attention they've attracted might be what saves their future. But honestly, it probably is the big money that'll do the talking for them. Now let's talk about what Phil's fellow defector Patrick Reed is up to. First off, another lawsuit. While Phil Mickelson is fighting for his life, being attacked by fans online, Reed is out here doing the attacking business. He recently filed a lawsuit against different media outlets like the New York Post, Fox Sports, and Associated Press, and golf author Shane Ryan. According to him, the malicious campaigns run by the media were the reason he joined LIV. Yep, not a word about the money. Here's what he's upset about. He's basically sued them for defamation, demanding $250 million in damages. Reed said that the PGA didn't provide him or his family the security they needed while he was being attacked by the media, because of which he had to face quite a lot of hate from the fans. So this lack of security and the conspiracies about him spread by the media were the reasons he left. Lastly, what was this defamation about? So all of this is about a book that Shane Ryan published not too long ago. In the book, he accused Reed of cheating on multiple occasions and also talked about some incidents involving alcohol. Reed's lawyer accused Ryan of having a sick and pathological obsession with the golfer. So yeah, stay tuned for yet another lawsuit. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Phil Mickelson getting slammed like there's no tomorrow? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.